I totally just lost what I was supposed to say.
Hi.
I'm losing my mind. Okay. Hi, and welcome to episode 27. Oh my god.
I'll start.
You start. I'm going to say her quietly today.
Okay. Hi, welcome to the Codependent Knitters Knitting Podcast. This is episode 27, and this is my wonderful friend Lisa.
And this is my awesome friend Dawn.
And we are coming to you from Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. If you are new, thanks for checking us out. And if you've been around for a while, if you're a codependent knitter too, thanks for sticking around.
What did we haven't done much.
We were supposed to record last week,
Yes.
and we just put it off, and that's fine. And I felt so prepared for today, and now I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing.
I forgot what I was supposed to say.
Yeah. Well, she showed up
Yes.
with all her stuff, except her FOs. So she had to go home and get those. So I didn't make my coffee before I waited till
Right?
you got here. So we recorded last right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey,
so how was your Christmas? Ours was really quiet. It was just the
Nice.
three of us.
Nice.
Christmas Day, we always have waffles for breakfast, right?
I remember you telling me this.
And I had cooked a turkey a couple weeks before, so I had no intention of cooking a big turkey, whatever, dinner for 3 people. So we were just going to barbecue steak. And then in the afternoon, we were like, I'm not really that hungry, and I didn't really feel like cooking, so we didn't have anything for dinner. We just had a few snacks, watched the movies, and had barbecue steak on Boxing Day.
Sometimes those are the best though, right?
It was just so relaxing and
Yeah.
easy, and honestly, like, I love Christmas dinner. I love all the, things that you normally have, but
Yeah.
it's really wonderful to just not have to do anything on that day.
That's true.
Yeah.
So true.
And what people put themselves through ahead of time preparing. Like, I don't do baking. I bought one little tray of cookies and my favorite mincemeat tarts. It's just,
I have to admit I buy it.
yeah. Well, it's easy button, right?
Hey, did you see the at the local grocer Sunright? They actually had assorted, I call them cheater platters. They were like assorted baked goods that you could put out on the table, and they
Yeah.
were all like
All assorted.
handmade. Like you could.
So it looked like you made like
Yeah.
7 different dozens of dainties.
Yeah,
Dainties.
they were pretty. They looked pretty good. But I had my mom for a bit. Well, you know that we
Yeah.
went out a couple times, and then my dad came and my sister-in-law and my niece. So
A few days after Christmas.
a few days after Christmas. Yeah,
So
it's
it
nice.
wasn't too crazy for you
Yeah,
guys either.
and then we went to my mother and father-in-law's. It's good.
Yeah, it seemed to go by really slow the first week, and then the second week,
Really?
like before the kids went back to school, I thought it just flew by.
No, the first week
No?
flew by for me. The second week that they were off, I'm bored. I'm bored. So.
No, he wasn't bored. A couple of his buddies got Xbox Live memberships.
Oh yeah.
So
they're
now they can
playing.
all talk
That's
to each
cool.
other and play the same games. So he was loving that because he's not allowed, when school's on, he's not allowed to play on weekdays.
Right.
So he was soaking that up.
Soaking it,
Yeah.
enjoying it. Yeah.
But we did go on a road trip. Boxing week. I'm just checking. See, I made a mistake. You talk about it. I gotta back up.
Where did we go? Just kidding. I'm just teasing because it's one of those days. We went to Little Red Mitten in St. Thomas.
Even though
Sure.
we were there
A couple of days
on the
before.
22nd.
I think Adrian's sick of us. We went to St. Thomas and they had a Boxing Day sale.
Boxing week.
sale.
Yeah.
So we decided we got to check it out. Sale, yarn, we're there.
Boxing week is kind of, in terms of like retail, it's kind of the Black Friday of Canada. Although
Yeah.
now everyone does
Yeah,
Black
we do
Friday in
Black.
Canada too, because people just
Do what they
shop
do, right?
online and cross-border shop anyways. But yeah, Boxing week has traditionally been Canada's big blowout sale day.
Yeah. So we went and checked it out. Hey, as of now, they've taken over.
Yes.
Yes.
So Carrie and Jolene are officially the official owners of Little Red Mitten.
Congratulations, ladies.
Yeah.
Yay.
And they had a whole bunch of stuff on sale. They were clearing out some discontinued colors and clearing out some yarns and making room for new stuff. And
I can't wait to see what they've done.
Did you get anything when we went? We already talked about what we bought before Christmas. Did you get anything when we went?
I did. I got that big bag of gray stuff. Remember?
No, I was with her.
She was with
I totally drawing a blank.
Okay, so I guess this is my bag of goods because everybody's got sales on right now. Okay, so I bought. Remember, I bought one of those for one stripe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the Cascade 220 Sport was on sale. So if you've used Cascade 220, it also comes in a sport weight. Exactly the same. It feels to me softer than the worsted weight.
It does actually. It feels a lot softer.
So she got these two.
I did. I got those two.
Silver gray.
Surprise!
And olive heather.
Yeah. So I just thought one stripe in the heather would be nice.
Those are there. That's good. You can see the colors there.
For broadening of my
sweater.
I have 14 of these.
Right.
Because
this is your main color.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that.
Because they were 50% off.
Yeah, because I bought more than 10.
Right.
Yeah, so that's that. Oh, did I show you what I got for Christmas?
No, because we recorded before Christmas.
Okay. I'll show you when we're doing works in progress.
Okay.
Because it's
a work in progress.
For, yeah.
Okay.
What else did I got this there. I got that there.
You bought some Cascade 220. That's totally my color. I might even have this in my stash.
And yeah, so and then
this is a heather also.
So
light turquoise.
So I got that one, and I couldn't decide on the other colors for the sweater. And then I went to Heaven is Handmade, who's having their Cascade blowout.
Yeah, January.
And lo and behold, I decided on these two. Surprise!
More grays. But look how well.
So these three will go together. So that's for the Moraine
perfect
sweater.
Is that the Tin Can Knits one?
Yeah, it's
Sorry, my big fingers are blocking the colors.
It
look really nice.
It's this one. So the orange will be the blue, the white will be light gray, and then
the rest is dark?
Yeah.
That'll look really nice.
That'll look good. So I totally fell in love with that blue, and I was scared that I couldn't make a decision about these two colors, so I didn't know if I wanted to go with black and navy or, So.
No, I think the blue will be nice.
Yeah, so that's all good.
Cool.
That's all I got there.
No, it's not. We both got the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's not new, but it's new to us because we don't have one. Like,
oh, mine's got fuzzies on. I used it already.
Well then, hey,
ready? 1, 2, 3.
We bought Gleaners.
Yeah.
We bought the travel one because it's actually like quite a bit less in price, and your brushing surface is the same. It just doesn't have the big handle.
I like the way I can use it like this instead of.
So they remove the lint and then they remove pills from your, and they come with different
blades like that.
Yeah, for different types of yarn, and everything's stored in this perfect little case. So you can throw this. You can throw it in your purse. You can throw it
in your knitting bag.
Comes in a bag. This is called the travel one, and I would buy this over the handled one because then you always have a travel one. And like we said, it's not smaller; it's the same size.
It's the same surface. Yeah. And I like the way, like I said, I like the way you can hold it like this as opposed to like that. So
yeah,
awesome.
I forgot I had this. It's still been in my bag for podcast, and like I could have been using the.
I've been using it like crazy. See.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we did buy Gleaners finally.
That's
Did I buy anything there? Oh yeah, they had Pima cotton.
Yeah.
And there actually was enough for a sweater quantity in the white color. So I bought like 10 skeins of it. But cotton's very heavy, so I was thinking I wouldn't do a long sleeve.
No,
I mean it would weigh a ton, but maybe like a short sleeve t-shirt or something, or even like a beach cover up, like a
Yeah. No, that would be nice.
So 50% off. Yeah, I'm buying it now, and there actually was enough in that color, which was kind of nice.
You like white too.
I do like white.
Yeah, I don't, because white and I don't get along.
So one other event that we did over the holidays.
One of us did.
Oh yeah, you were supposed to come and you couldn't. Okay, I did. On at the end of December, Terry at Feather Your Nest had a Flash Your FO party. So she just invited customers to bring your Feather Your Nest FOs and show them off and talk about them. And she also had a reveal I'm showing this too soon. She had a reveal of a new yarn that she was carrying. She wouldn't tell us what it was. So it was a really nice afternoon. She had, you know, coffee and some snacks, and she had her work table at the back of her store that was completely covered in yarn and covered in paper. So we could not see what it was. And then we did our little FO sharing first, and then she let us rip the paper off. And I have photos. I don't know if I have. She put the video on her Instagram and Facebook.
You know what? I saw the pictures before and after. Y'all are a bunch of animals.
Well, there were probably about 12 women there. And people were buying enough to make sweaters. So that
Check
yarn
out
was...
the pictures. It's funny because it was a heaping pile with the paper on it.
But this is why. She brought in Hue Loco. So she is now carrying Hue Loco. And
we have a local Hue Loco.
There was yes. There was a bit left. We didn't take it all. There was a bit left, but she was ordering more. So she said, if there's colors that she has that you want, let me know. I'm going to order. So she was ordering more. I don't know how long it takes to come. 'Cause I don't think I've been in there since Christmas. Oh yeah, we were there once, weren't we? Oh well. Anyways, this is called Sugar Plum. Yeah, she's in Colorado.
Nice.
So it's called Sugar Plum. All that she brought in for this first shipment was the sock yarn. So, but people were buying it for shawls and sweaters. Yeah,
it's pretty. It's very
really nice. It's really soft. It's her Phyllis sock base, 75-25 superwash merino nylon. And her skeins are 460 yards for 100 grams. So there's a little more yardage in them. Yeah. So these, I'm pretty sure, are going to be socks, actually.
They're very pretty.
And I want to do, I'm just sort of looking now to find a pattern. I want to do something with pattern, like not a vanilla sock. So
like a texture pattern or a colorwork pattern?
I don't know yet. I'm not a colorwork pattern.
Okay. Well, that would leave texture.
Yeah, like cables.
Okay.
Maybe some texture stitches. I don't know yet. I'm still looking.
Okay.
But that's what I'm looking for. So I'm kind of been looking at a few.
That airplane sock.
I don't want to do the same one. I want to do one I haven't done before.
All right, go crazy.
Yeah. So I have a few.
It's very pretty.
I have several favorited, but I've been looking and favoriting new ones. So that was so much fun, and this is a really nice afternoon. And yeah, so Hue Loco is now available at Feather Your Nest in Sarnia. I think Terry might be the only stockist in southwestern Ontario. I don't know for sure, but I am not aware of anyone else carrying it in their store, and I haven't seen it at any of the shows last year.
No,
that's not true. Terry brought it in. She brought it in. Yeah, she brought Fingering and Moharian for...
Like kids, weren't they?
Yep. Yeah. She brought it in for Kitchener. So now she's carrying it. So yeah, come to Sarnia. Something new and exciting.
Come and check it out.
And if you're from... It's imported from the US. So the Canadian dollar is not worth a lot compared to US right now.
It's not.
And it makes it a little more, and it is hand dyed. But if you're in Michigan, it's pretty good for you. Don't have to pay shipping. Just come on over to Sarnia. So anyways, yeah, very happy about this. It's just nice to have something new and unique and right here in town.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. So we're thrilled about that.
It's pretty. It's beautiful.
So that's all we got. Did your mom got more stuff?
My mom.
Yeah, her mom has been on a yarn spending spree.
Shh, Dad might be watching.
She got it all on sale, Dad. Okay, let's get to the good stuff.
Okay, so
FOs first this time.
Okay,
you go first.
Can I show you like one of my favorite FOs?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Yukon Camp Hat, and it's by Liz Sutton. For the rib, I use 4.5 millimeters. And for the color work, I use 5.5 because they tend to be tight.
How awesome is this?
And the two reds, the bright red and the burgundy, are Cascade, and the black is Patents. Now, I just had that stuff at home, and I was dying to try it. Same with the pom-pom. We got on sale at Fabricland because when they first came out. So, yeah. So, there's actually, it's a button one. If you flip it over, you can see, like, the buttons right
Yeah, she's just attached it.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yay! On the inside.
And it's so cute. And it's funny because I showed my daughter and she's like, that's going to be too tight. I don't like it. I'm like, yay, I get to keep it. I get to keep it.
That's perfect.
And then I washed and blocked it and it fits her perfect. And she's like, Mom. So I have to make another one.
It's perfect.
Isn't that so cute?
I love it. Just again, because I didn't want to edit
That's
and
okay.
have to put everything on the screen. Yukon Camp Hat by Liz Sutton on Ravelry. Is it free or paid for? Probably
It's
paid for.
It's paid for, but I just fell in love with it. It's so c'est moi. And it's funny because I looked and she had pictures of these on her Instagram, but she had put balls in them. I thought, oh my gosh, they make such cool Christmas balls. And she said, and then I read it. I'm like, well, she put balls in her hats to give it a rounder shape, right? Some people do that. I just do it flat.
So Christmas balls or Christmas bowls?
The ones you put on the tree.
Balls. Ornaments.
Balls. Ornaments.
Okay.
Right? No, like the thing is she had put real balls so that to shape the hats, right?
Yeah.
So they were all laying on their side, and I thought when I saw them, ooh, I need to make some of those for my tree.
Do you see a theme here?
I even have the other one. Wait.
Okay. Oh, the big bag. Oh my gosh.
So I'm actually going to knit a hat, the same hat in these colors.
In the grays.
Yeah, because then I can wear this one, and then I can wear that one.
I might make one of those just because it's
kind of cute,
fun.
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was easy peasy. I finished it in a day.
I'm making mistakes again.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's that.
That's one hat.
That's one hat. Do you want me to just keep going so you can fix your mistake? Or do you
I
want to
just
go?
did the tricky part, so you keep going.
Okay, so there we go. There's that one. I'm on a hat kick. I can't wear this one for long because it's all wet still. This is it's a snap hat by Tin Can Knits, and this one is extremely colorful.
I love it.
And it's 4 strands of 4 different colors of Quagu.
Or
From stash
fingering.
or anything fingering weight. So I started with 4 of navy and gray on the bottom, and then I just changed them, and the next one is like purple.
And you change like one
I
or
changed
two
one
of the
strand
strands.
at a time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's why it
So
kind
you
of
use
fades.
actually very little. This is awesome for using up
I could actually
scrap
use
yarn.
make another hat
Yeah.
out of the same
Yeah,
colors.
me too with my Quagu.
So yeah.
So it's like a total fade, but
Yeah. But you know what's funny is when you look at one of them, this side, it looks like there's a ribbon.
oh yeah.
Like one of those awareness ribbons. Isn't that
Oh yeah.
neat?
You can see the loop.
Yeah. And then it comes down.
That's
Isn't
cool.
that neat? So yeah, I gotta work on some of my ends were kind of messy. I did it really
Well,
late.
and
but
did you knit it? You knit it stocking stitch?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you block it, right, they pull
Yeah.
through.
So I just gotta pull them back through. But it's cute as a button.
Because as written, you knit it stocking stitch,
Yes,
but you wear it this way.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Me
one.
neither. I liked
So
it.
that's
I liked
okay.
it stocking stitch.
I love this. I absolutely love it. It's so amazing. And the pom pom is Leo and Roxy. I fell in
This
love
is
with
an
it.
amazing pom
I like it.
pom.
It's like ooh.
It's got
It reminds
lots
me
of
a,
long hairs.
A Muppet.
This is faux fur,
Yeah.
but it's very real. Like
Yeah.
this looks like faux fur. Although this is a really nice faux fur.
That's a nice
But I love this, and it has a bluish gray. You can see it there, a bluish gray tint.
It's pretty, eh? Yeah. So this one here is just as cute. And again, it was I knit this on I think a 6.5 for the rib and 7 for the rest of it.
Wow.
I'm super tight, right?
I know. Well, you're using 4 strands of fingering, so it's
And part of the thing is I'm
like a
holding
super
it
bulky.
tighter because I've got 3, right?
Yeah.
Or 4. So isn't that cute as a button?
it is totally. Look at you with all the color.
I know, right?
That's awesome.
So yeah, so that's my hat. It's still wet, so I'm not wearing that one. I might put this one back on. I love this. Oh, it's so cute.
Cool.
Okay.
I
And what
am
else?
wearing.
Hold
I'll
on,
go
honey.
next.
Okay. What are you
We'll
wearing?
alternate. Because I need to.
Because
put
you
my
gave
knit
up?
in. No, I'm ready to change.
Okay.
This is my gala poncho. So it was a whip last time we met. I knit this in 6 days. Over Christmas when I was doing other things. So really, it's a super fast knit.
I would like to show this. Look
What?
at how beautiful your seam is. That can sometimes be hard to do with 2 different colors side by side. You did a great job.
You know what? I just did the what is it? The ladder? I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called the mattress stitch.
Yep.
And you can look up tutorials on YouTube. Super easy.
But you were very specific on going
I was
through
just
the
slow and
exact
careful,
same
and
row or
yeah.
the same.
Yeah, to keep it. Yeah, because it's easy to
It's
go
beautiful.
astray and pick up the wrong, like into the next row, and then it kind of.
Good job.
So I
That was
kept
a
it
bit
really
wonky.
straight.
Yeah.
So this is the Gala Poncho. It is a free pattern by Estelle Yarns because I believe
yeah.
they're the distributor of this
Yes,
yarn
they are.
in Canada. So if you go on Ravelry, you can find it, the Gala Poncho. And the Gala yarn is
Oh, that's huge, eh?
massive 500 meter, like 200 grams, 500 meter, one skein. It's a bulky yarn. This is the label. It's from Germany, Gala Comfort Wool. They are all gradients, so there's no solids, because this would be a beautiful sweater if it was a solid. And it's, so mine was cream to gray. And you can wear it either way, but if I wear it with the gray in front, I just have it coming on this side instead.
Okay, that's cool.
Right? And it's, for a bulky yarn, it's so light and lofty.
Well, what's it?
Because look at this. It's like thin as a feather. It's that, it's called a chain ply, but chain ply is when you, it's like when you use hand spun and you twist different plies. I think it's more like a chainette. It actually looks like, if I can get a close up, no, it's gonna blur out. It's got that chain core, which may be the nylon, I'm not sure, and then the fluffy stuff. So you know the Woolfolk Luft, which is a similar construction of yarn. So I think it's kind of like that, although it, I think this is a little bit loftier.
Okay.
This is what's left. So you basically, you can leave a long tail, or just, you want to leave yourself about
Not much. To
like
sew.
a meter. Well, I think this came off of my tail when I finally, yeah, you want to leave about a meter to sew.
Okay.
But otherwise, you just, I did exactly to pattern.
Right.
Actually, I don't know what needle did this call for. Didn't. Oh yeah, size 6 millimeter. I got pretty much gauge on a 5.5 millimeter. And you do want it nice and loose so that it's nice and lightweight. And yeah, and then you just sew up. Actually, you're supposed to leave this bottom part unsewn. And I kind of forgot that and just sewed it right up. So I could take it out because it really sticks together and it's not gonna unravel. So you just put it on. It's perfect. It's the perfect length because it comes just to your elbow. And then I wear this just a little higher on the one side, right?
Oh,
I don't know,
nice.
you can see how it hangs down. Love, love, love
That's
it.
nice.
I wish this came in solids. I mean, I love the gradient because
Have one in every color.
no ends, and there's no striping. It's so subtle. It does come in other colors. You can kind of see here, and these are all other free patterns that you can get for these cakes. There are a couple of different shawls, some lacy shawls. So there's some really nice
Awesome.
color combinations. Yeah. So I got this at Heaven is Handmade. They have a sample hanging in the store. It's been there for a while. It's been a popular yarn for them. And I saw it all the time, but what happened is I tried it on, right? I tried on the sample and
Damn,
I just
those
loved
samples.
I loved how it draped. So I bought a cake, cast it on that day,
That night, yeah.
that day on the way to St. Thomas.
Yep.
In the car.
Okay.
I had to borrow her needles. So yeah, I love this. Yeah, I said the needle size, everything else. And then my feet have been really cold. And I have a pair of slippers that I made out of like some Lion brand, I think the Thick and Quick, and they're way too big. They're just way too loose. So I have all that yarn I mentioned a few episodes ago that I got from my mom, who got from her cousin.
and
They're
that's a
really
good
woolly
yarn
wool.
for that.
Like, yeah, I think it's like Briggs and Little. And I thought, you know, I can use this for slippers and they'll be super warm. So I used the Simple House Slippers pattern. It's by
that's a
Simone
cute one.
A. Yeah. It's free.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And it's just garter stitch. You have to sew one seam at the back, and then you join and knit in the round stocking stitch. So I used 3 different colors here. And you know, I don't like the really rough and scratchy wool. I mean, I'm going to be wearing it with socks.
right?
However, this did not feel bad knitting with it.
It's not.
It's very lanolin-y. And then, so I actually was thinking, like the garter stitch feels a little rougher. The stocking stitch doesn't feel as bad.
There's no reason you couldn't do stocking stitch for the whole thing,
Yeah, you could.
right?
Totally.
Like, yeah.
Just, it gives it more durability for the heel, but, and then I washed one, because I wasn't done this one, but I just washed and blocked like just
Okay.
this other one.
Nice.
So it just smooths it out. You can just see the difference, right? And the stitches just a little bit better.
No.
And it's even softer. Like,
You know, you can.
I could wear this as a sweater. This is not as scratchy as the classic wool.
No, it's,
on my
it's
skin.
nice. Now the other thing is they have different yarns too. At
And I don't know what
Grace
this
and Mill.
is because it's
No.
a lot of it isn't labeled.
This here, little pointer. You can buy latex dabs, like their little latex.
Yeah.
You can buy that, but I've actually
For the
used
sole.
silicone.
Just
Like, you know,
house,
like when you go and you can get
like for around your tub
yeah.
windows.
Yeah. So I usually just, you know, if it's for kids, I mean, I like slip sliding through the house, but
I'm not too, for me, I'm not too worried about it.
yeah. But little kids, I used to do that with girl
It's
child.
actually nice.
That's nice. They were really nice.
And
They're
I liked it
cute.
so much, I thought, I'd make another pair.
Holy hell.
I made these like a couple rows bigger. So I just started with the light gray.
I
And
need to make Shauna a pair.
I can make about probably 80 pairs of these because I've got so many balls of
Yeah.
yarn and it doesn't even use, I don't even know, the ones I'm using are like they're already, they look like partial balls. And there's different colors, so I'm going to make a few pairs of these slippers. So this one's just waiting to be Kitchenered. But yeah, love it.
I would try the other way.
Do it
with
all stocking stitch.
Just see what it looks like.
Yeah, I should.
You might get a kind of an interesting roll at the top.
Well, I'd slip the first stitch, right, on each row, which you do. The pattern tells you to do that, so you have a nice edge. There might be some projects on Ravelry where they did that, because I was looking at some projects today.
Check it out.
And you can do it in other yarns. You just want to gauge or else adjust your stitch count so that you have the right fit, right?
Yep.
But it's a basic slipper pattern.
Very cool.
Ta-da. Next.
So this was a work in progress last time we were here. This does not have any buttons because the buttons they gave me are too big. Very important, don't buy your buttons until after you're done the sweater. But these ones came from Scotland, so.
Yeah.
My dad's sweater is done. And
It's really nice.
Henley neck down pullover by Diane. How would you say that? S-O-U.
Susie?
Susie. I don't. So anyways, it's just a Henley. A lot of the complaints were the sleeves were really wide because it is a men's sweater, right? So they assume that they're broader. My dad's not a big guy, you know. So basically what I did was I just did a lot more decreases quickly here so that it fit his arm. And it worked out really good because I can pretty much try it on. As long as it's just a little big for me, that'll fit him. But it's so nice.
It's really nice.
And the color is a heather of dark blue, light blue, like a purple.
It's Cascade.
It's
This is Cascade 220. Yeah, it
somebody
is.
said it was a new color, but it's beautiful.
But when did you buy it?
I bought that November.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I think that it might be the same color as the one I'm
I
knitting
might
with.
have to keep it.
The Cascade Eagle. Keep it. Give it to your dad.
Sorry.
Make another one.
I know, it's such an, you know, like that with a pair of jeans would be amazing.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful color.
Yeah, so there we go.
Cool.
Might have to go buy some more Cascade today. No, I don't need any more Cascades. So yeah, that was...
Oh, people want to know. 4.5 millimeter for the body and a 5 for the ribbing. Is that right?
4.5 for the ribbing
Other way
and
around.
a 5 for the body. I got the color at Little Red Mitten, and yeah. Actually, funny story, my dad went in and I told, funny story. I told my dad when we were in Scotland that he had this really cute sheep shirt. It was a t-shirt, had a sheep on it. And it was merino, one of those icebreaker, make it a merino, and it's got like, and I loved it. And I said, come on, Dad, give me your t-shirt. I want it. And he says, no. I said, I'll knit you a sweater if you provide me with the yarn. So he bought the yarn, I knit the sweater.
And you got the t-shirt?
And I got the t-shirt. So
we'll knit for t-shirts?
It's kind of a joke, right? So when we were there, my dad actually wanted this yarn. And it's the Erin Moore Donegal Heritage, which is it's merino.
By the fiber company.
Merino, cashmere, and silk. And it is gorgeous. So that's the color I actually wanted. But the price was, it's expensive.
Yeah, and to buy a sweater quantity in Scotland.
No, this was at Little Red Mitten.
No, but if you had bought it in Scotland.
They didn't have it. It's Irish. They didn't have it.
Well, where did he see it?
He saw it at Little Red Mitten when we bought this. The blue, the other blue.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you made the deal in Scotland
I made the deal in
But he
Scotland,
picked out the yarn.
so he picked out this yarn because this was too much.
for a man's sweater.
So my mom bought him this for Christmas. So I get to knit
So you
him
have to
a-
knit another sweater.
So what it is, Dad, I'm knitting your sweater for Christmas. Here it is. I'm throwing the labor in. So yeah, but it's really
the
kinda
same
cool.
kind, or you gonna knit a different sweater?
I think, you know what, it knits up really neat. So I think just a plain crew neck might be nice. So yeah,
Cool. Is that it for whips for you?
that's it. That's for FOs. You know what? On that note,
FOs.
is it for you? Do you have any more?
I think I'm done. That's all I had for
Okay,
FOs.
so I'm gonna while we're on the subject of that yarn, I'm going to show you. This is my weekender. Can you hold my hand? Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hi. Okay, so this is
Okay.
my weekender
Because you were just talking about the yarn
because I was just talking about the yarn. Okay, so the weekender is
by Andrea Mowry.
Andrea Mowry, and I'm using. I didn't write down what I was using, but it's the Erin Moore, and it's in a river-esque color. But just to show you kind of how it knits up. So this is the back. So it would knit up this way. So that's what it's going to look like. So this is the same yarn.
Can I show them the stocking stitch size?
Please do.
So that's how it's. This is a big sweater. That's how it knits up. You can see the little silk noils there.
Yeah, little knobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the actual.
I'm getting some glare. It's beautiful.
So yeah, it's blue.
Bluey green with little darker blue.
Sorry to shock you all, but it is blue.
It's really nice. It's a grayish
yeah.
blue.
And it's in my my new field bag.
Nice.
Nice. I got the light gray one. I got it a while ago and I put it in a safe place.
For Christmas. Do you want to talk about this sweater?
It's knit. It's really interesting knit. It's kind of. I'm not one. I didn't like. I'm not one for reverse stocking stitch, but I really like it in this one with the.
And are you? But you've turned it the other way and you're knitting it.
When you knit
Inside
it,
out.
when you knit it, you actually knit it inside out because it's so much faster and so much more efficient. But that's what it's gonna look.
And you're gonna wear it as written, like with the reverse side out.
Yes. I didn't think I would like it, but I really like it in this yarn.
Okay.
Yeah, so which kind of surprises me. If I can't change it now because that's what the seam looks like on the outside.
Yeah, that slip stitch seam is you want that on the outside.
Yeah.
Otherwise it just looks weird.
But that's okay. I love it. Love it.
We should mention, if you follow Andrea Mowry, you already know. If you don't, she is having every day this month. She's having a discounted pattern.
Yes.
So if you follow her on Instagram,
Yep.
you can find out which pattern and get the code.
Another one is Blue Bee Studios, which is Elizabeth Doherty. She's doing that for her. I guess she's partnering with Chaboy. So any of her sweaters that are designed in Chaboy, they're.
Oh, it's not just the one?
No, she's been doing it for a couple of days now.
Okay.
So I don't know whether that's continuing or whatnot. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, what else do you want to talk about?
That's your whip?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else. I'm still working on my socks. I'm still working on my fingers mittens, and I have to do the baby alpaca shawl.
Okay. Well, I showed the other slipper number 2, which is the same as slipper number 1.
Yeah.
So I love this so much.
Right.
I'm making another one.
That's
This is
that is
it.
a
And I
pretty
put
similar color.
I think they think it's the same color as the sweater. Although
That's
it looks
funny.
lighter. Well, maybe not.
No, because that one's got more green to it.
I
You know
put-
what? It might be different.
I'm putting a cable along
Where's
the bottom.
cable? On the bottom. Okay.
So the cable, when I'm wearing it, the cable will be on this edge.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. And I just, and I did a little bit of barely a rib here, so it won't curl. But this isn't curling. This actually blocked out really nicely. And when I join it up here, I might put those walnut buttons.
Oh yeah, that's
right
pretty.
from Lynn,
That'll
just
look
down
good.
the side,
Yeah.
so it looks like it's buttoned, but it won't be.
Oh good.
So
Good. That
for
would look
this,
nice.
I picked this up at Little Red Mitten when we were there. Did I show this before?
I think so.
I don't know. But anyways, now I'm knitting it. So the color is Aporto. And I think that's the same. I think it is the same one as your dad's. So this is the Cascade Eco Plus. They are massive skeins.
Do you know what
This is it. And I've already knit. It's huge. I wound it on my winder until it got like as big as the winder. And then I just hand wrapped around the outside.
No, I like this stuff.
I like it too.
I like it a lot.
I didn't like it. You knit a sweater out of it.
I knit 2 sweaters out of it.
Out of the non-dyed
Yes.
Plus. The Eco.
Yeah, that's the Eco, not the Plus. But that's the difference between one more step.
Yeah. So this has been processed a little bit. It's just a tiny bit softer. I'm loving it. I would totally wear a sweater out of this. So what I did was, it's a little bit lighter, finer gauge than the Gala. So I used a 5.5 for my Gala. I did a gauge swatch on a 5mm for the Cascade. And then sort of calculated, you know, to get the blocked out. This is 19 inches wide. So I just calculated how many stitches I need to do. And then I decided to go, I couldn't find the gauge swatch, but it was a little bit loose. Like I did wash it. So I thought I'm going to go down just a half. So I'm using a 4.5. This yarn calls for like, I don't know, a 6, because I'm a very loose knitter. So like this is like Lisa using a 7.
It's 5.5.
A 5.5 to a 6. Yeah. So I'm down to a 4.5. And I did kind of spray this part just to see how it would. Yeah. And it's going to be plenty drapey. It's not going to be too stiff. But I just wanted it a little tighter for the cable.
As long as you can see it. And as long as you're happy with it. I don't think that... As long as it gets to the measurements. That's why I love with schematics and stuff, right?
And I did it. It might be, because the cable's going to pull it in, I think I added like 1 more inch.
Okay. Good call.
Yeah. Because the cable's going to suck that edge up a little bit, right? Instead of like this, it's going to come in. So I'm loving this. This poncho, you guys. I could make probably 40 of them in all different colors.
I made one for my mom like that.
It's so awesome.
The pattern I have was from Church Mouse.
The only thing is, in the winter, I can't wear it somewhere
with your jacket
because I have to put a coat on. So that's kind of annoying.
My mom wears
great
in the office, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, it's nice. I got my slippers on and I got my poncho on, so I'll be nice and warm in the house. So I'm so loving this yarn. It is not rough at all for being 100% wool. At all. It's really nice.
So I'm
converting.
You can
a little bit.
Okay, so I want to do another sweater. I want to do the Avalanche by Heidi Kermeyer.
I can't think of it. You showed me and I can't picture it.
Okay, so
cables?
It's got a design here and 2 cables down the side. And for me, it would take 2 balls of that to do a sweater.
That is a really economical sweater.
It is. And then to top everything else off, at Heaven is Handmade, they're having their Cascade month until the end of the month. And this yarn is featured, so instead of the regular 15%,
off.
It's 20.
So these retail, depending on your yarn store, I'm going to say in the neighborhood of $30. So if you can get a sweater out of 2 of these.
Yeah, so I fell in love with this color, which is kind of not me, but
I know.
It's very nice. I love it. But there's 478 yards.
437 meters.
That's 2 of these is a sweater. So basically...
Yeah. And I'm going to go a little bit into mine for this poncho because this is not quite as enough yardage. Plus, it's a smaller gauge. I bought 2. But I'll have some left.
You know what might be kind of neat? I don't know if you would want to. Is putting tassels on the corners.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not a big tassel.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe. Don't know. So you're going to do the Heidi Kermeyer sweater.
I am. And this green
You have a lot of sweaters to knit.
I do. I have quite a few sweater quantities at home.
That's cool. That's a good change up for you.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It'll go with all my gray. So yeah.
Are we done whips?
I think that we are. I have nothing else of...
No.
No.
We are not done whips.
Okay, she's up to something.
It's not like I forgot. I just...
Oh, you just did one.
Yeah, I put it on Instagram. I cast on the Midnight Snow Socks by Natalie Sheldon. This was my Christmas Eve cast on.
That's a great Christmas Eve
full color work sock. And I am knitting it in, this is a, what's a good, you can kind of see the color there. It's a dark purple, kind of an eggplanty purple. Manostel Uruguay Alegria. And I forget the color name. because I can't find the band. Because I had it wound up to make
Oh yeah.
some socks or something a long time ago.
No, wasn't it that shawl, that mystery knit along shawl?
No, I did use this in that shawl. This is
Yeah.
the second one I bought.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is just an undyed. I got a skein from Adrian of Old Oak Yarns. I just wanted a natural or a white, you know. And this is my progress. So you can see the snowflakes.
Yay!
I already have a snowflake done. Look at that big snowflake.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm doing this one magic loop. I did the other colorwork sock with DPNs. I don't know why, I just like doing DPNs with pattern and with colorwork, but I thought
Sometimes it's easy to divide it by two.
well, and just less fiddling with right, with needle changes. So I'm doing it. I am holding it. I'm doing two-handed.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
With my white color, the pattern color in my left hand.
Yep.
So
I find that when I do color work like that, because I usually do everything on 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Is I find it easier to do it 2 at a time on 2 needles, because then I have both of the backs on one and both of the fronts on one, and I can do the chart, flip it around, the chart, right? The same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I don't know if I would take this on 2 at a time, but I'm really loving it. I actually downloaded the free version of Knit Companion.
Nice.
Because you can import from Ravelry.
Yep.
And then your graphs are in there, and you can do. I don't even know what I can do in it yet.
You know what's funny?
I'm just learning it.
It's crazy what you can do in it. I have it, and I actually bought it when it was like beta testing. So I have a, what do they call it? A legacy membership.
Your grandfather did.
Yeah, and I remember like having a shock that it was $15.99 for an app.
I know.
It was
so you can still get the sort of beta version.
Yeah.
It doesn't have as many as much functionality, but it has everything I need. So basically with the chart, there's a highlighted line, and you can just move it on the screen to the next line. And then there's a vertical line, which you can slide to mark, like if you stop, you could mark where you are. However, I've left it at the center line, so that I always know, okay, that's the end of my first needle.
Yeah.
And I was knitting, watching a podcast the other day.
Yeah.
Like I find it so much easier to follow my place in the pattern with that app than when I used a piece of paper and you have to get the highlighter, mark where you were. Like it's just faster.
The other thing that I like is when you're doing something and you go walk away from it, you can touch the screen and it goes boop, and it puts an arrow exactly where you left it.
Yeah.
The other thing is they have 4 counters.
I saw that.
So that you can do, like, you know how it says, you know, do this pattern in this row.
How many repeats?
And then it says, and don't forget, you got to do your repeats this many rows. And so that lets you keep track. Yeah, for decreases, increases, and whatnot.
So it's a great app. And a lot of people already know about it, but if you haven't tried it, it's Knit Companion.
Yeah.
It might be called something else now on the Apple Store. But if you can't find it, message me and I'll let you know.
The other one that's kind of interesting that I have is called Knit Trick.
Yeah.
And it lets you figure out
for gauge adjustments.
And stuff. And I love it. It's amazing. Especially if you get a pattern with a schematic that shows you how big it's supposed to be with the gauge. Yeah. And then you give the gauge and it tells you what size you're going to get.
So you can adjust.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is.
Because gauge is another topic that we're going to tackle in a future episode. We have something planned. So basically, I'm also doing a knit along for this. So I've set up the knit along in our Ravelry group. The pattern came out December 21st. So we don't care if you've already finished. Like as long as, you know, just if you finish a pair of these, put it in the knit along in the FO thread.
Did I finish both?
A pair.
Okay.
Because we're gonna leave it till the end of March. Okay. Because
March 21st is the first day of spring.
Yeah.
So that's the last day of winter.
Natalie is also running a knit along on Instagram. And you can go to her Instagram feed and find out about that. You basically hashtag Midnight Snow Socks, and you can enter there as well. You can enter in ours, and if anyone else is doing a knit along.
In her story, she talks about everybody that's doing the
I don't know if she saved that story though, so it might be gone.
So but check it out. Check out her account, and she'll have all the information there that you need.
Or we don't care if you double dip in any other knit along ever. So go nuts. So this is going to run till the end of March.
Very good.
And
she says
Natalie and a whole bunch of other makers are also doing a new to you make along on Instagram.
Okay.
So you can find the post on Natalie's feed on her page, but I've got it here just to read out. So basically, try something new you haven't done before. So if it's your first time doing colorwork socks, you can also enter it in the new to you make along. This only goes till Valentine's Day though. So as long as you started after January 1 to Valentine's Day. But if you're trying brioche, if you're trying anything new, a new technique, 2 at a time socks, or 2 at a time sleeves, whatever it may be. It's being hosted by Natalie, Remembrances Pottery, Paige the Framer, Cocktail Hour at the Co-op or Coop, not sure, because I don't know that account. Earth Tones Girl, Treehouse Knits, Sweet Sparrow Knits, Just One N Podcast, Chevirel, and Arrow Acres Farm Yarn. And there will be prizes. So if you're doing anything new, that's another make along to check out.
Very cool.
Yeah. I am just loving these.
That's
My
nice.
colorwork's not looking too bad, eh?
No, it looks good.
It's not too tension's
blocks
not too
out.
bad.
Yeah.
These actually are, I'm doing the same needle sizes with the other ones and what she calls for the pattern, because it worked with the first sock of hers. There's just 2 more stitches on this, so it'll be a slightly better fit. But I don't think it'll be as tight as the other one. It already feels looser, and it may just be the yarn. Oh, and I'm using a 2.75 millimeter. So I use a 2.25 for my ribbing. And I usually always use a 2.25 for my socks. Going up to a 2.75 because of the color work, it's going to make it snugger, right? So, and that's what the pattern does call for, or you may have to adjust for your gauge. I think that's all for whips.
Yay.
Yeah. This was in my Sock Monkeys bag. There might still be 1 or 2 bags of these in the shop. I think I have another sock sack to put in there. Ball sack. Lisa likes the name ball sack. And yeah, that's that. Should we do, we started talking last episode or the one before about our knitting lifestyle, or just our lifestyle and things that common interests we have, and it may be things that our knitting takes us to, or it may just be things that we enjoy and want to share with you. So we had talked before about talking about our favorite green things.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about one of our favorites, and I'll let Lisa start because she got me onto this idea.
Mason jars.
Mason jars.
I love mason jars. I love wide mouth mason jars, and I love everything that you can do with them, because I try and make a choice to not use plastic. So I don't have a mason jar on me. Hold on a second.
Let's get our stuff and then we'll keep talking so we're not constantly on the screen. Mason jars.
I love mason jars. When we first moved here, you couldn't actually, can I just pass on you that one? You couldn't actually get, oh wow.
Don't break it.
You couldn't get this size in Canada.
I got this at Michael's.
But you couldn't get them when we first moved here 8 years ago. So I used to go to Ace Hardware.
Okay.
And I would order them, and they only come in packs of 6. So I bought 6, and they're all in my cupboards with dry goods in them. So my mom's like, oh, I like those. And I bought 2 boxes. So I gave my mom a box. So I go back to Ace Hardware and buy another 6. My mother-in-law says, oh, those are kind of neat. I said, well, here, take those. So I go to Ace Hardware and buy another 6. So I keep using them and using them. And I've used so many.
This is awesome size.
The guy actually from behind the counter is kind of watching me, and they're all looking at me funny. And he says, so what is it you're using it for? And I said, oh, I'm using it, for dry
moonshine.
goods. Well, that's what they thought. I was making moonshine. Yes, I'm like, no, just dry goods in the house. And they're amazing. Now, with that one, that size,
yeah,
I actually use it a lot of different ways.
This is a plastic lid
that you buy separately in a pack of 8.
And it fits these, and it fits the wide mouth jars, which we'll show you in a bit.
Yeah. So this one here, I actually have.
Show them the lid first.
Well, I was gonna put it. It's like this. I don't know. Can you see that?
Yep. It's like just a wire
and
mesh.
You put it in.
Stainless steel mesh.
And it makes a really cute vase.
I have a plastic one.
Yeah.
That does the same thing.
So I have that one, and I have this one for a smaller one.
So you can stick your flowers in the holes, and your flowers don't all go haywire.
So there's that, and then I have the one for the smaller mouth.
Where did you get these?
Those I ordered from a place called Glass Act on Etsy.
Okay.
And I bought that there too. It's a...
You can now find a lot more mason jar accessories in, I know Target has some, I know
Michael's has some.
TSC
has
in
some.
Ontario has them.
Yeah. TSC in the States has them too.
Okay.
So this is another one that was kind of neat. I found this at Home Sense. You put like tea or fruit in there, and then you put it in and you put the ring around.
I don't have
like
a smaller
that,
jar.
and it goes in the smaller jars. I also have one that is a shaker. So your
like
chili peppers at my house. Like they used to have at Mother's.
Parmesan
Remember
cheese.
Mother's? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have those. Those are
Okay.
awesome. This one is a little strange. It's so this is a
What
puck.
is this?
It's for fermenting.
What?
And there's the top of it. So this allows what you do is you squeeze the protruding part and then you let the air out.
I know what I would call that.
Yeah, I know you would. The protruding part, and it lets the air out. But this puts the weight on the
on the food.
On the food, because you do
Got
have
it.
to use a saran wrap or
So
something.
smart, because you need to totally cover the surface area.
So it goes down. Isn't that cool?
That
and then
is so
this
cool.
goes on the top.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what have you made fermented?
I haven't used it yet.
You can make sauerkraut?
I was thinking about it. So you can I got that at Lee Valley.
Okay.
So that one's really cool.
That's a good one.
I have this one, which is kind of nice. It doesn't work well with hot goods.
Oh, because it gets
Little
hot.
FYI there.
So,
yeah.
but it is like a sippy cup style.
Yeah.
Be good for cold.
Or
straws.
Straw goes in.
Awesome.
So yeah, so there's so many things that they do with mason jars now. I actually have in my bathroom, I have a soap pump on mine.
This is another, I want to get one of those. This is another sippy cup style or straw.
Yeah.
Probably better for a straw but it'll work.
Actually, it works the other way too. So yeah.
And this is
And
another
that-
one. Just showing you there's
I have,
different
like, tons of
kinds,
them.
right? Different
I have, like,
brands.
Yeah, and then I have So yeah, I
You
have
wanna talk
this.
about that?
This is a piggy bank one. Oh, look at that.
Don't throw your money away.
So it's a piggy bank one.
Yeah.
And then there's this one, which is kind of. Can I steal this?
Yep.
Okay, so a lot of people do those shake things,
Ew.
and it actually works really well for matcha with ice.
Okay. Excellent.
So yeah.
And then just switch to your drinking spout.
Right.
Top.
Yeah. Like I would
Love it.
normally use that with the metal one because then I'd only have to store the plastic ring.
Yeah.
The metal ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
Excellent.
And I have more mason jars than you can.
So this is a really jumbo one.
Yeah.
I bought these when I make bone broth or soup.
Yes, that's what I use mine
You
for.
you can't freeze in these. So don't
No.
freeze a tapered neck one.
I think they call them shoulders.
Okay.
Anyways, you can't
Yeah.
if it tapers, if it's got this
Yeah.
shape, you cannot freeze.
It'll crack. But I keep it in the fridge because it's
Yeah.
so much more economical in fridge space. And if I
I
make
make iced tea in it.
and if I make a pot of broth, like a big in my Instant Pot or my slow cooker, I now do it in my Instant Pot, I can fill 2 of these and sometimes there's a little bit left over. But then when I make soup, I don't, because you put all the soup stuff in, I still have some leftover broth. So I use the wide mouth masons to freeze broth. And look at this, cooked soup. This is the only clean one I had.
You know what? I use these all the time, and because they're straight up and down, because they're straight up and down, you can freeze with them.
Just I fill them just to the to the
Now,
threads.
the only thing is you don't want to shot glass. So I usually let it
cool first. Me too.
and to room temperature, and then I put them in. And the other trick I do is I don't put the lid on until they're partially frozen. So I'll put them, I'll line them up when they start to freeze, or I'll just put the lid gently on.
Yeah.
And then I lock them when they. So.
This is about a 500 ml.
Yep.
Perfect serving size. So if you're
soup.
freezing soups, chilies, stews, anything like that.
Now another one that I have is it's
Just half
of it, and it's actually a serving of, like it's one serving of other, like I know
it's a 1 cup.
Yeah, it's like 1 cup. So it's
Or you could put a meal in here, like Lisa does like shepherd's pie servings or things like that, right?
And it's kind of neat because you can actually do the meat, the carrots, and the potatoes, and it looks kind of cute.
Yeah.
This one here, actually, I buy Ball. Nothing against Bernardin.
This is just what I found.
Yeah, but Ball from the States actually has measurements down the side.
Like this one.
Yes.
See?
Yes. And I actually always use this for my mayonnaise. Because then I only put it, I measure there, everything's done.
So these are about 750 mils.
Yep.
So a little more than a serving size. Like if it's soup, I'll have 2 servings, but they're a little on the smaller side.
I usually do 2 servings in there, and I'll just eat one at a time, and then you have the other one for the next.
And I just stick a piece of tape on top with what it is when I put it in the freezer. I have an upright freezer, so the door has a bunch of shelves, and my door is full of these. There's broths, there's squash soup, because I'll buy squash in the fall and make a bunch of squash soup.
Mine's got
chili,
chicken, chili, pork sausages cooked up, so I can just grab and go, because I'm home alone a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Now, big thing, I take these to bulk burn.
Yes.
And they will actually weigh them and put the weight on the lid, so you can put your things in there, and you don't have to transfer them when you get home. Because I hate that powder crap that's all over the place.
Yeah, and you're not using bags. Yeah. So Bulk Barn will let you bring your own clean container. Yep. And you just get them to weigh it first, and then they deduct the weight. They just tear it.
I'm so happy they do that. It's been so long coming.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So she got me onto these. I love them. I've got at least 2 cases of these, and probably 3. And like I said, this was the only clean one we could find. I'm like, well, it has soup in it, but that shows you right then and there. Yeah. And this was frozen. Took it out of the freezer.
Now, when you take them out of the freezer, you cannot microwave them, or you can't put them in hot water. Yeah. You have to let them sit.
I usually take them a day ahead.
Yeah. I usually take them in the morning, and then they're okay, because then
within an hour or 2,
and then slides out, and you can warm it up.
Exactly. It starts to melt, and then it just pops right out in a block.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I also use it I make cauliflower rice, and then I
just freeze it in there.
Yeah, so
they're amazing. So that's one of our favorite green things, and we will probably tell you about other ones on a future episode. Yes, we've got a lot of fun things to tell you about.
I just love my mason jar.
I like these plastic lids just because I don't have to worry about the little
the snaps.
These ones you need for all of the different attachments, but for just freezing and storing,
they actually all come with these.
Yeah,
and I've recycled a lot of them because I do prefer those, because for freezing it's just so much easier. Yeah. I do have a ton of them though, and
they do come in the smaller size.
Yep.
But again, you can use them on the jars with the neck for just dry storage. But just don't freeze.
Or in the fridge. You cannot freeze them though.
I've got they will break. Bacon bits, like the real bacon bits in a jar in the fridge. So,
and if you have any questions, you can actually go on the Ball website. I'm just saying Ball because they actually I know that they manufacture their own, and they are made in the States. Still. Yeah. So, but they have a lot of really good information about canning, about storing food, about, what jars to use for what, and that. So it's interesting.
So, mason jars, it's a good thing. And that's all for our lifestyle. And I have one more quick thing to do, and it's a shop update.
Oh, we're doing a shop update?
I'm doing a little shop update. So,
I like that.
These will be going into the shop this week. I'm not sure if they'll get there the day the podcast comes out, because I still have to finish a couple and photograph them and get the listings up on Etsy. But they're coming shortly after. So cute. This is similar to the fabric that's the mousse one that's in Lisa's bag.
Did you want to show that one?
Sure.
Do you have any of it?
I don't. There's might be one bag that had it used a little wee bit that was left. So this was a custom for Lisa. And then while I was at it, I bought some of this fabric. So that one's got the different mousse. This is from Fabricland.
What do you? I
don't know if they have any
more
left.
than one mousse.
Mousse. No, it's just mousse. Multiple mousse. 1 mousse, 2 mousse, 3 mousse, 4.
Out the door.
So I bought this one with the stockings and the mittens. And
I like that one.
Birch bark and buffalo plaid. And then this one has a denim bottom.
Cute.
I know, isn't that perfect? This polka dot lining.
That is awesome.
Gray with black. I know. I bought this after.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went to Fabricland.
It wasn't even with it?
No, I went to get some zippers.
Good call.
And I had a peek, and they had all their a bunch of fabrics on sale, and I found this, and I'm like, oh, perfect.
That's nice. That looks really good. Here.
So this is a medium drawstring.
Do you want to hold them up together so they can see the difference?
That's the small drawstring. Small drawstring is perfect for a hat, a pair of mitts, a sock. it's ideal for that.
Too soft. Like I could put 2 balls.
You
in
can,
there
yeah, just for room, because when you cinch the top, it's going to close it a bit.
We're not cinching.
We're not cinching because then I have to re-iron because it wrinkles everything up. This is this was leftover buffalo plaid, so I managed to get a drawstring out of. Yeah, this is the drawstring out of that with the stockings and mittens on the inside.
That's so cute.
So I have that one. I know I have a couple of sock sacks to just press and top stitch. Nice. And then I have, there's 1 or 2 more. There might be a zippered, an interface zippered
good.
bag too. So they're all on my ironing board to do the ironing, and the next fabric I'm working on. I haven't even started sewing them, but they're cut and they're ready to be pressed.
That's fancy. That's
is really
fancy.
pretty. So it's
that's pretty.
Peacocks, and the colors are just stunning. Beautiful teals and blues. And
you know when you look at a fabric, and I'm giggling because somebody automatically came to mind.
Who?
I don't want to say who. I just want to wait and see if they see it and they're like, ooh.
Oh.
I'll tell you.
I made a bag for Louise out of this fabric initially, just to thank her for something, and I haven't sewn anymore, so I'm back into it because I had some cut. This will be the bottom.
Wow.
So it's got a metallic really gold over these gradient rich teal and royal blue.
That's beautiful.
So it'll be these 2 together. And the other thing is I don't know what I'm using for the inside yet. Because
that's a hard call. It's so pretty. I
have one fabric, but I don't have enough to do all the bags, and I'd rather do them all in the same. So I may just go see if I can find something to go with these before I sew them. So these will be coming sometime probably by the end of January.
Okay.
There will be the zippered bags and probably some drawstrings.
That's really pretty.
The problem with this fabric is it's not a problem. Well, it's a challenge because the peacocks, you want a peacock on the bag, and they're so big.
I know, you don't want like 2 halves. You want a full one, right?
And I have to cut so that I get sort of maximize the peacocks.
But then you're not maximizing the use of material.
I have to be careful. So sometimes the peacock's going to be off to the side because there might be another peacock to fit on the next bag. So I just have to be a little more strategic in my fabric cutting, just to get that print.
Yeah, and, you have to kind of be conscious of what's going on.
And then, remnants, like I can make, depending on the size of piece that's left, right? I can do the needle keepers. That's cool. But I don't want to have too much just waste of little pieces that I can't use. So those will be coming.
Those are beautiful. Very pretty.
Yeah, and I organized my entire sewing, like all my fabrics. I know. I'm not even watching that lady on Netflix yet.
Oh, I watched all those.
But I did. I organized everything, and I put fabrics together in bigger Ziploc bags, so they're all organized and ready to go and tidied up. And there were a couple of fabrics I forgot I had. I need to get more sewing done.
You do?
Marie
Kondo.
Yeah.
I watched all those.
Yeah. You know what? I need to watch her because I need to do those things.
You know what?
But right now, I feel like I'm so busy that you know what'll happen? I'll watch an episode and I'll be like ripping everything out of the closets. It'll be like a holy mess. So
you know what's funny is we're emptying out the basement so they can come and do work in the basement, right?
Yeah.
And I went through everything down there, and we ended up with like I think 4 or 5 truckloads to go to Goodwill or Value Village. Just like ornaments we haven't taken out of the boxes, and it was crazy.
I know. Well, I did the same thing when I went through the Christmas stuff. I have 2 boxes of stuff to take to donate, and I cleaned out. We have a big IKEA cupboard. Actually, it's the same cupboard but not with glass doors. Yeah. And it's got we have 2 of them, and it's got games and puzzles and all kinds of things. But one side had a whole bunch of craft stuff, since Jeff was little. Stuff,
right? Kids craft stuff.
And I went through that, and I had a couple of big shopping bags of things. So I gave them to a friend who has, she's got a home daycare, and I think she might homeschool her kids too.
Oh, cool.
Well, 2 of them are really little, but she's got a home daycare, and they're great age appropriate things. There's stickers and craft paper and all kinds of things. So that was good. I'm so glad that it went to someone who will enjoy it and use it. And her kids were actually home that day, and they were pulling. There was some Play-Doh.
It was like Christmas.
They were
all
pulling
over
stuff
again.
out of the bag. It was awesome.
That's good.
Yeah,
good.
It was just nice to see stuff go where it can be used and not throw it out.
It's so true. It's so true. And I think sometimes it's hard. You buy things thinking that you're going to have all the time in the world, but you never make time for it.
Yeah.
So my thing is, it's not my passion. So I went through all of it and I got rid of tons of stuff that I don't have time for. And it's one of those things that if you have a half hour, what is it I'm going to do with it? Am I going to go and do scrapbooking or this or that? I'm like,
you're going to knit.
I'm going to knit, right? Like, I've been going squirrely because I still can't knit as much as I'm used to.
Is it getting a little better?
It's getting a little better. I got my ring on. Yay. But, yeah, still certain movements.
Yeah.
And it makes me grumpy.
Yeah.
No knitting makes me grumpy. But, yeah.
Well, I think that's it.
That's it. Wow.
Thanks for watching.
We made a mess.
Join our knit along. We do have the sweater knit along still going on till the end of February. So right now we have the sweater and the midnight sock. Midnight snow sock.
Yeah.
But I think we need to start another knit along for something soon. We'll figure it out.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know what yet.
We have to go confer.
Well, we'll decide. A poncho knit along? So yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Happy knitting. Take care.
Make time to make something. Bye.
Bye.